Whether or not your dog comes when called and then sits when they get there is up to you. When I was a kid, we were all taught that they had to sit when they got to you, and nobody ever explained why. And now there's a few theories about why. For one thing, if they sit, then we know they're not going to jump up. That's one really good reason for him. He's a huge dog. He used to jump up constantly. It drove me nuts. Now he sits. But here's the thing. If your dog comes all the way to you, remember last time we talked about this, that's the hardest trick there is. And they get to you and you don't reward that, and then you say to them, sit, and they sit and you reward that, what has actually happened? First, they performed the hardest trick there is and you ignored it. Then you requested the easiest trick there is and rewarded that. So if you need your dog to sit as part of the recall trick, build it into the recall. And we can talk about that another session. Build it into the recall. Don't have it be two separate things where you're supposed to sit without me telling you and I didn't teach you to do it automatically and now you're not going to get a treat and play. It really screws things up. So along with last week, our rule was, right, don't call your dog if they won't come. Don't set criteria that's too high, because that's what it is. When a dog is supposed to sit when they get to you, that's a criteria for a successful recall. Another criteria might be, do they run or do they walk? Do they come in a straight line or do they meander? What is your criteria, and what is a reasonable criteria at this point in your career with your dog? Rudy, here. Good dog. He didn't sit, I don't care. That's not part of my criteria with him, okay? By the way, if I need him to do something now, I'll tell it to him. Rudy, down. Good dog. Thank you. That was really good. So there's nothing wrong with building in the sit to your recall. Many people do it. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. What I'm suggesting is that you have to build it up as part of your criteria the same way you do anything else. Don't set yourself up to fail. If that's part of your trick, that's part of your trick. But don't ask for it if you're not going to get it.